It's been 10 years since we started seeing each other.
Yeah, we were only 17 when it all started. My classmates from high school were surprised to hear that we were still together.
So many things changed in the 10 years. You even made your dream come true and became a government employee. It's really amazing.
You too, Ayumu. I think it's amazing that you haven't given up on your dream of becoming a musician since high school. I could never run towards one goal for so long.
It's nothing. I haven't even made my dreams come true yet. The reason I get to keep dreaming is because you've always been by my side, even after we moved to the city.
I could say the same thing. If we didn't move out to the city together, I might have given up and moved back to our hometown. Thank you for always being there for me, Ayumu.
I should be the one thanking you.
I'm Manami Suzuki. I've never been very ambitious, so I've always aimed to being a government employee, so I could lead a stable life. On the other hand, my boyfriend, Ayumu Narase, has been running after his lifelong dream of becoming a musician.
The combination of you as a stable government employee and me as a musician is really cool, don't you think?
I guess. It's funny how I look for stability while you're such a challenger. We're completely the opposite. Our personalities weren't the only thing that were totally different. While I lived and worked on a fixed schedule and had a proper routine, Ayumu would be busy with gig practices, networking, and part-time jobs, which made him lead a life without a proper routine. I want to spend my life with Ayumu, but as I grew older, I noticed how different we were. And I'm worried we won't be able to stay together forever. We've even had more arguments ever since we moved to the city. I wonder what Ayumu thinks of our future.
What's wrong?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm not too sure of our future. But I love Ayumu for always being positive and trying to pursue his dream. So I guess I should just try to enjoy what we have right now.
Manami, do you remember talking about our 10th anniversary the other day?
Of course, we should celebrate.
I've been thinking. I honestly can't live without my music. And I might trouble you on the way of pursuing my dream. I could never give up on my dream.
Of course.
So I can't proudly say that you are the most important thing to me. But I can honestly say that I love you alongside my music. So marry me. Marry me and support me to make my dreams come true.
Really? Of course I'll marry you.
Manami, you don't have to cry.
But I thought you were too busy running after your dream to be thinking about our future.
That's not true. I know that you're the only one for me.
Oh, Ayumu. Oh, but
What is it?
marriage involves our families as well. So I was thinking I'd like to talk to my family first.
You're always so sincere. But that's also what I like about you. You can take your time to think it through properly.
Thank you, Ayumu. Right when I was starting to feel unsure of our future, he proposed. I couldn't be happier. But I held back my joy so that I could think of the marriage with a clear mind. The next day I called my mother, who has always been my best advisor.
Hello, Manami. How have you been doing? I was a bit worried about you since you haven't come home in a while.
I'm sorry about that. I actually have something I want to talk to you about. The thing is, Ayumu asked me to marry him.
Oh, you mean the boy who's dreaming of becoming a musician and is still working as a part-timer? You want to get married to him?
I understand that you're worried about me, but you also know that Ayumu is a wonderful person. I really think that I will be happy forever with him by my side.
Of course, I know that he's a good person. But in reality, love is not all that you need to make things work. For instance, what if you are blessed with a child? Will Ayumu be able to support you guys financially? There's always going to come a time when you won't be able to work for money.
But it might just be the two of us.
It's not about when you get pregnant and give birth. What if you get seriously injured or sick? What are you going to do then?
Well, that's...
I am always praying for your happiness. So if you really want to get married to Ayumu, I won't stop you. But you should know that if the current situation continues, you will eventually have a hard time. Are you really prepared for that?
I guess I haven't really thought of it like that.
That's quite normal. I just know a bit more than you do, only because I have lived longer than you. Why don't you try living together with Ayumu before you make up your mind?
Live together?
I know you can't imagine having a family just by living together, but I'm sure the experience will be good for you.
You really think so? Then I guess I'll try living together first.
No matter your decision, I will respect it, and will always be here to support you.
Mom.
You should just think of it as another life experience and go for it. You've always been too scared and cautious of everything since you were little.
Mom spoke as if we weren't really talking about anything important, but everything she said felt very compelling and struck my heart. I miss her so much all of a sudden. I also spoke to Ayumu of my mother's advice, and he agreed to living together with me. And soon Ayumu moved into my apartment for us to start living together.
I've been to your place many times, but I somehow feel a bit nervous. Let's make this work out together.
What's all this in your bag?
It's mostly just clothes and stuff I need for my music. And I've actually got some of the things I need right here already, like my toothbrush.
That's really not much stuff. Well, I guess that doesn't matter.
Well then, let's enjoy our first meal after living together.
I've got us some buckwheat noodles.
One of my favorites.
I was so excited from the bottom of my heart to start living together with Ayumu. But after actually starting to live together, I started to notice Ayumu's sloppiness. I'm home. Wait, Ayumu?
Huh? Oh, Manami. Welcome home.
Didn't you have work today?
Yeah, but I was really hungover, so I didn't go.
You didn't go?
I would be of no use anyway since I'm hungover. Oh shoot, look at the time. I'm supposed to go out with my friends.
But you were even out yesterday. Your dinner is pretty much ready because I had no idea you were going out again.
My bad. I'm sure you don't get it. But I really can't miss any chance of meeting someone from the music industry. This is also something I have to do for my dream.
He easily takes a day off from his part-time job but still goes out for drinks. But shouldn't you also be careful of how people see you? You should be on good behavior. You know how celebrities get attacked by journalists? By publicizing their past. People won't have a good impression of you if you keep ditching work.
I know, but I'll be fine. Don't worry. Oh, and by the way, I'll be in the studio all day tomorrow, so I might not get to come home.
Wait, but didn't you say you'll spend the day cleaning the house tomorrow?
What can I do? I can't practice at home because it'll be a nuisance to the neighbors. Plus, we were able to book a popular studio with a really good sound system. This is also a step towards my dream.
Ever since Ayumu and I started living together, he's mostly out drinking or is at the studio and barely comes home. And if I do find him at home, he's always sleeping on the sofa. I've seen him making an excuse out of being hungover multiple times to ditch his part-time job. Before we started living together, Ayumu told me he was always working whenever he had the time, but I wonder if that was really true. I rarely ever find him home, and even if I do, he's always sleeping on the sofa. He won't even do his share of chores, which we had decided on. There is one more thing that I have been curious about, and that was the way Ayumu would be spending his money.
Come on, I'll make it up to you, so don't be mad. Oh, and before I forget, here's the money for this month's expenses.
Can I ask you something?
Of course. What is it?
You keep ditching work and frequently go out for drinks. Yet you're able to buy new clothes and accessories, and even frequently go to the hair salon. And you never even fail to give me the money for our living expenses. Where are you getting all this money?
I couldn't tell you because it's kinda embarrassing. But you know how musicians should keep up a good appearance, right? So I'm honestly trying hard to keep up the good looks. You know how I was working a lot more before we started living together, right? I was able to save quite a lot from that.
Oh, I see. After seeing his laziness, I don't think I can believe that he was actually working hard. But there is no way to find out where he is getting the money. I was unable to shake off the strange feeling and stress. But a few days later, I found Ayumu sleeping on the sofa again when I got home. It's so stressful to be getting home and seeing this mess. Why can't he get rid of these stuff when he's done with it? Didn't he even take in the laundry yet? It's already dark outside. I can't take this anymore. I should really talk to him. And at that moment, Ayumu's cell phone that was on the table rang. I was a little surprised from the sudden noise and looked at the phone and saw his mother's name. Oh, it's from Auntie. Since I was dating Ayumu since high school, I knew Ayumu's mother quite well and referred to her as Auntie. Ayumu's mom has always been very friendly and sweet. There were many times before that I spoke to her when Ayumu couldn't come to the phone. So I picked up her call like I did before. Hello, Auntie. This is Manami. Ayumu is actually sleeping right now. Oh, Manami, it's been so long. How are you? I was hoping to talk to Ayumu, but I'm so glad I got to hear your voice. Me too. God, you're such a sweetheart. Oh, is it true that you're getting married to Ayumu? I'm so lucky to have you as my daughter-in-law. I know Ayumu really doesn't earn much. And I heard you have been working hard to earn and support his dream. But are you really sure we can stop sending money for him? Huh? It's Ayumu's problem for not being able to earn enough, so I really don't mind continuing to send some money. I had no idea you were sending him money.
What? He didn't tell you? Oh, I can't believe Ayumu didn't tell you something so important.
I am honestly quite shocked as well. I will talk to Ayumu again regarding our future together.
Manami.
I could not think of anything else to say and hung up on Auntie. I've heard from Ayumu before that his family is a little bit wealthier than most families. I guess Ayumu has been depending on his parents all this time. I was now even starting to doubt his passion for going after his dream. I should just ask him directly. Ayumu, wake up. We need to talk.
Huh? Manami? Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't cleaned up my mess.
That's not important right now. I just spoke to your mom on the phone. What is this about her sending you money?
That's...
And be honest with me.
You heard it from my mom, right? It's exactly what you heard from her. I'm living on money that they have been sending me. I barely go to work. And I have a credit card from Dad, which I can use however I like.
So that's how you were able to go out so often and buy whatever you liked. Then why did you lie? And tell me that. You saved a lot from working at your part-time job. How did you even think of getting married in such a situation?
That's 'cause I love you and want to be with you forever.
That's no reason to be lying to me.
I've got some pride, too.
You should be working hard if you do. You were depending on your parents to keep up your high pride. But actually, everything was just a lie to keep up the good appearance. Don't you think that's a lot more embarrassing?
But I told you. It's because I love you.
This is something my mom said. But you can't just get married because you love someone. I can't marry someone who would lie to me.
What the hell? You were so happy that you even cried when I proposed to you.
Of course I was happy. But what if I get pregnant or get sick after we get married? Are you going to work to support me?
Of course I'll work if something like that happens. But I will never give up on my dream.
I can't trust you anymore as it is. If you're being like that now, nothing is going to change. You're probably just gonna ask your parents for help without trying to make things work yourself.
I can't trust you anymore either, you know. You said you would be there to support my dream. Weren't you gonna work hard so I didn't have to?
Huh? I did say that I'd support you. But I never said I'd do all the work.
Of course you'd have to work for the two of us. That's what it means to support a musician with no money.
No, it doesn't. And what do I get out of marrying you then?
Firstly, you get to be with the love of your life. And when I become a famous musician, you'll become the wife of a star.
I think we both see marriage in completely different ways. So I think it's best we break up.
I see. So you're really fine with that, huh?
What do you mean?
I'm someone who has a bright future of becoming a star. Once I make it, I'm gonna be extremely rich. Plus, I'm sure there are so many girls who will fall for me and will be willing to support my dreams. You'll regret it if you break up with me. This is your last chance.
I'm glad there are other girls to support you. You should go ahead and choose them.
I won't take you back even if you regret it and ask to start over. See ya.
Ayumu packed his stuff and left without saying anything else. I had not even imagined that 10 years of relationship would come to an end like this. It feels like I was hit by a storm. Anyway, I should clean up. Surprisingly, I wasn't that affected by the breakup and spent the next few days feeling refreshed. But Ayumu, on the other hand, kept calling and sending me messages. I checked the messages without replying to a single one. And all the messages were about wanting to get back with me. I wonder what makes him think I'd actually want to start over with him. When I got back to my apartment from work, I saw a shadow that felt a bit familiar. Ayumu?
Oh, Manami. I guess it's been about 3 days, huh? How have you been?
I'm alright. Why are you here?
Well, I never heard back from you, so I was a bit worried.
You do realize that we've already broken up, right? You should stop messaging me. I won't be replying to any of it.
Why are you being so cold? Oh, are you still sulking about it?
Huh?
Well, it wasn't like you to argue like that, so I thought maybe you're still sulking. You always sulk so easily whenever we have an argument. But I also thought it wasn't manly enough of me to be just sending you messages. So I'm here now to tell you how I feel. Let's start over, Manami. Let's seriously work hard this time for our marriage to work.
No way. Please just leave me alone.
Manami.
Thank you for the 10 years that we spent together. I really did love you. But for me, you're already a person of the past.
Okay, I understand.
Ayumu walked away looking a little disappointed. He has not tried to contact me ever since. It was hard to believe that we had dated for 10 years since we broke up so easily. I really thought that I wouldn't find someone else for a while. But I ended up falling for someone a lot sooner than I had imagined. It's been 2 years since I went back to my hometown.
The last time was when you broke up with your boyfriend of 10 years, right?
Oh, you remember that? I must have told you that before we started seeing each other. Back then, it was my mom who was there to advise me. So after the relationship ended, it made me want to see her really bad.
You can give her the good news of getting married this time.
I'm sure she's going to be thrilled. It had become like a taboo within my family to bring up my marriage ever since then. I heard a familiar voice when we were walking from the train station towards my parents' house.
Oh, is that you, Manami?
Auntie.
It's been so long. Is this man beside you your...
He's my fiancé. We're here to ask for my parents' blessings today.
Oh, I see. You're finally getting married. Congratulations.
Thank you, Auntie. Oh, this is my ex-boyfriend's mother.
Ah, it's nice to meet you.
I'm so glad to see you found a nice boy. Please take good care of Manami.
Huh? Of course.
I feel really bad for asking. But could you please give me 5 minutes to talk to Manami?
Of course. Manami, I'll be waiting at the store right there, so don't worry and take as long as you want.
Manami, I'm sure you don't want to talk about what happened 2 years ago. But I'm really sorry for what happened.
Oh, please don't apologize. You had nothing to do with it.
That's not true. It was my husband and I who spoiled Ayumu like that. And it all led to hurting you. I really feel terrible. You probably don't want to know about how Ayumu is doing right now. But we have stopped sending him money, telling him he should make a living on his own if he really wants to make it as a musician. But even we know that he's got no talent. So he's been living in an old apartment and working hard to make a living. I'm quite sure things won't work out for him.
I see. So he hasn't given up on his dream yet.
But I'm so glad to hear you're getting married. He seems so much nicer than Ayumu. I was always worried about you, so I'm really glad to hear this. Congratulations once again. I hope you lead a wonderful life with him.
Thank you so much, Auntie. I felt like I had finally, truly broken up with Ayumu. After saying goodbye to Auntie with a smile on my face,